Imagine waking up on a cool morning, opening the window, and feeling that gentle breeze on your face. You decide to walk to the bakery, and each step is light, steady, without that stiffness that forces you to stop at every corner. Your knees respond, your ankles feel new, and you feel like you could go much further than you planned. That feeling of freedom, of being able to come and go without thinking twice, is a gift that many believe is out of reach after the age of 60. But it doesn't have to be that way. The truth is that our legs and joints carry the history of every step, every effort and, unfortunately, every carelessness. Years of wear and tear, minor inflammation, and lack of care silently steal the strength and elasticity that once seemed natural. It's as if the body accumulates debts, until one day it starts to collect with pain and limitations. But there is a biological key that can change this fate: collagen. It is the cement that keeps our joints firm, the tissue that cushions impacts, the mesh that supports muscles and bones. And here is the point that few doctors explain clearly: collagen loss is not irreversible. With the right stimuli, your body can rebuild part of this structure and restore an active and enjoyable life. Today we're going to talk about 8 foods that are so powerful that, together, they act as a restoration team for your legs and joints. Foods that not only protect, but can literally reverse years of damage, allowing you to live again without fear of pain with every movement. And don't worry, we're not talking about rare or expensive ingredients. You've probably seen many of them at the market or even in your kitchen. What we're going to do is reveal how and why they work, and how you can easily start using this science to your advantage starting today. If keeping your legs strong and your joints healthy is also your goal, support this content with a like. That way, we can help spread this information to more people who need to regain their freedom of movement. Beneath the skin, hidden from our eyes, there is an intricate and resilient network that holds everything in place. It is collagen, a protein that acts as the body's invisible foundation. Think of it as steel wires woven together in a bridge. You can't see it, but without it, the entire structure would collapse. In the case of the legs and joints, collagen is the building material of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and even bones. It ensures that every step is cushioned, that joints slide smoothly without friction, and that the impact of going up or down stairs doesn't turn into pain. The problem is that, starting at age 25, our ability to produce collagen begins to decline slowly. And after age 60, this decline becomes much more pronounced. This means that the protective mesh that supports your body becomes thinner, more fragile, and the consequences begin to appear: cracking, morning stiffness, discomfort when walking, difficulty bending your knees. But here's a key point: collagen isn't just structure, it's also functional. It participates in healing, tissue regeneration, and even maintaining vascular elasticity, helping blood flow better through your legs. Now imagine if you could reinforce those steel wires, like replacing rusty cables with shiny new ones. Imagine being able to give your body what it needs to rebuild its foundation, strengthening it from the inside out. The good news is that there is a way to do this, and it starts with understanding exactly where that foundation begins to fail. The curious thing is that, for most people, collagen loss does not come with a clear warning. It happens silently, almost imperceptibly, until one day bending your knees to tie your shoes seems harder than it should. It doesn't happen overnight, but rather through an accumulation of small signs: stiffness when you wake up, a feeling of heaviness in your legs at the end of the day, difficulty climbing stairs that were once easy. After age 60, this wear and tear accelerates for some very specific reasons. First, natural collagen production drops dramatically, as if the internal factory slowed down. Second, silent inflammation, the kind that doesn't cause fever or acute pain, begins to erode fibers and interfere with tissue repair. Third, poor eating habits and a sedentary lifestyle weaken not only the joints, but also the muscles that should protect them. There is also the impact of glycation, a process in which excess sugar in the blood hardens collagen fibers, making them less flexible and more prone to breaking. Think of a rubber band that, over time and with heat, loses its elasticity until it breaks. That's exactly what happens, but inside the body. This combination of factors creates a scenario of structural fragility. That's why so many people believe that feeling pain when walking, losing agility, or depending on medication to move is normal with age. The truth is, it's not. There is another possible reality, and science has already shown that the body can recover some of this lost structure, provided it receives the right stimuli. This is where a special group of foods comes in, which not only protect the remaining collagen but also encourage the body to produce more, rebuilding its support base. In recent decades, science has begun to look more closely at something that once seemed impossible: the ability of the mature body to rebuild supporting tissues. Research conducted by universities and regenerative medicine centers has shown that even after age 60, our cells still have the memory of how to make collagen. They just need the right building blocks and the ideal environment to work in. Clinical studies indicate that when provided with the right amino acids, minerals, and antioxidants, the body responds by producing new fibers, strengthening cartilage, tendons, and even bone density. What's more, when chronic inflammation is controlled and circulation improves, this rebuilding becomes more efficient, as if the internal workshop were now operating full-time. A simple example: in a study of adults over 65, the inclusion of certain foods rich in vitamin C, copper, zinc, and specific proteins increased collagen synthesis by up to 30% in just 12 weeks. The practical result was felt in mobility, reduced joint pain, and even posture. These findings completely changed the narrative that after a certain age, there's no hope. The truth is that the regeneration process can be reactivated, and that means not only regaining movement, but also preventing more serious problems such as advanced osteoarthritis, falls, and loss of independence. Among scientists, a group of foods has been standing out in particular, not only for their richness in collagen or precursors, but also for their ability to reduce damage and create an internal environment conducive to regeneration. And that's exactly where we'll start, by revealing the first members of this list that could transform the future of your joints. When it comes to rebuilding collagen and restoring life to your joints, there is no single magic solution. It is the sum of daily choices that creates lasting results. And the first three superfoods on this list are true tissue engineers, each working in a unique way.
Superfood number 1: bone broth. Rich in collagen that has already been partially broken down, bone broth provides the body with the exact amino acids it will use to rebuild cartilage and ligaments. In addition, it contains minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, which strengthen bone structure. Drinking a warm cup of bone broth a few times a week is like delivering ready-made parts for the body to use where it needs them most. Superfood number 2: wild salmon. More than just high-quality protein, salmon offers anti-inflammatory fats, omega-3, that reduce fiber wear and improve joint lubrication. Controlled inflammation means a more favorable environment for collagen to be produced and maintained for longer. Superfood number 3: red bell peppers. One of the richest sources of vitamin C, an essential nutrient for collagen synthesis. Without enough vitamin C, the internal factory simply cannot work properly. Including raw bell peppers in salads or quick stir-fries maintains their nutritional value and ensures you get this daily fuel. These three foods already have the potential to start a visible change in how your joints respond on a daily basis. But we're just getting started. There's a traditional food used by communities that maintain mobility into old age that deserves a special place on this list, and it's next. Superfood number 4: legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas. These humble grains hide immense power for those who want to maintain strong joints. They are rich in vegetable protein and an amino acid called lysine, which is essential for collagen formation. In addition, they contain fiber that helps control blood sugar, preventing the glycation process that hardens and damages supporting fibers. Including a serving of legumes in at least one meal a day creates a solid foundation for joint regeneration. Superfood number 5: citrus fruits, orange, kiwi, acerola. If collagen were a building, vitamin C would be the engineer responsible for ensuring that the walls were firm and well-fitted. Citrus fruits, especially those rich in this nutrient, directly stimulate the synthesis of new fibers and also fight free radicals that degrade existing collagen. A glass of natural juice, or even a serving of kiwi for breakfast, activates this internal work order. To illustrate the impact of these choices, imagine Mrs. Helena, 68, who had been suffering from knee pain for years. By adjusting her diet to include bone broth, salmon, red peppers, beans, and oranges on a regular basis, she not only reduced her pain, but also resumed her daily walks around the neighborhood. The science behind this is simple. Give your body the right ingredients and remove obstacles that prevent recovery. And among the foods that follow, there is one that acts as a real shield for your joints, protecting them against accelerated wear and tear, and it may be closer than you think. Superfood number 6, pumpkin seeds. Small in size, giant in benefits. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, a mineral crucial for collagen production and the functioning of enzymes that repair damaged tissue. A handful a day, as a snack or sprinkled on salads and soups, provides a good dose of this essential nutrient. Superfood number 7, spinach. Dark green leaves such as spinach provide magnesium, calcium, and antioxidants that not only protect collagen, but also strengthen the muscles that support the joints. Magnesium, in particular, acts on muscle contraction and relaxation, improving mobility and preventing pain associated with stiffness. Superfood number 8, free-range eggs. In addition to high-quality protein, egg whites contain amino acids essential for collagen synthesis, while egg yolks provide choline and B vitamins, which support muscle and nerve health. Eating eggs in a balanced way provides the body with a complete rebuilding package. With these 8 superfoods, you have a real internal construction team at your disposal, ready to reinforce and rebuild what time has worn away. But I want to hear from you. Which of these foods are already part of your routine? And which ones do you plan to include starting today? Leave your comments below. Your experience may inspire others to also take the first step toward better care for their legs and joints. And make no mistake, it's not enough to just add the right foods. It's also essential to stay away from the real collagen saboteurs, and that's what we're going to talk about now. You can include all the superfoods we've talked about so far, but if you don't protect yourself from the right villains, it's like filling a bucket with a hole in it. The collagen will be gone before you even get to enjoy it. And these enemies aren't hiding in secret laboratories. They're often on your plate every day. Villain number 1, excess sugar. High sugar consumption causes a process called glycation, which hardens collagen fibers and makes them brittle. The result? Less flexible joints that are more susceptible to injury. Reducing processed sweets, soft drinks, and even excess refined carbohydrates is a decisive step toward protecting what has been rebuilt. Villain number 2, ultra-processed foods. Filled cookies, chips, frozen ready meals. They all contain a dangerous combination of bad fats, sodium, and chemical additives that inflame the body and accelerate collagen degradation. The body spends energy trying to fight this inflammation instead of focusing on regeneration. Villain number 3, food fried in reused oil. Very common in snack bars and restaurants, food fried in reused oil produces toxic compounds that not only damage the joints, but also damage defense cells and hinder nutrient absorption. The good news is that eliminating or reducing these villains does not require radical measures. Small daily substitutions already make a difference. Swapping a soda for water with lemon, an ultra-processed snack for fruit, or fried foods for baked or boiled dishes is like closing the doors through which collagen escapes. And speaking of protection, there is a silent ally that multiplies the effect of superfoods, movement. And we're not talking about strenuous workouts, but something much simpler and more effective. Putting the right foods on your plate is like filling your body with high-quality fuel. But for that fuel to turn into action, you need movement. Collagen strengthens and organizes itself better when joints are used consistently. It's like lubricating and reinforcing a gear so that it turns more smoothly and lasts longer. The secret is to choose activities that stimulate the joints without overloading them. Regular walking, water aerobics, Pilates, and resistance exercises with elastic bands are excellent options for those who want to keep their legs strong and their joints protected. These practices increase blood flow to the tissues, delivering oxygen and essential nutrients for collagen regeneration. In addition, movement strengthens supporting muscles, such as the quadriceps and glutes, which act as natural shock absorbers, reducing the impact on joints. With more muscle strength, body weight is distributed more evenly, preventing overload on fragile areas. Even small doses of daily activity, such as climbing stairs, stretching when you wake up, or walking in the yard, stimulate collagen production and help maintain mobility. But there is an extra factor that can further enhance what diet and exercise offer: the way we combine nutrients on our plate.
And this is one of the least talked about secrets to fast and lasting results. Imagine preparing a simple dish and, without realizing it, multiplying your body's ability to produce and protect collagen. This is the power of food synergy when two or more nutrients work together and enhance each other's effects. For example, vitamin C is essential for collagen production, but it doesn't do the job on its own. It needs the right amino acids, such as proline and glycine, found in eggs, lean meats, and bone broth. By combining a salad rich in bell peppers and oranges with a source of protein, you create the perfect setting for your body to build new fibers. Another example is combining foods rich in copper and zinc, such as pumpkin seeds, with leafy vegetables such as spinach, which provide magnesium. Together, they stimulate the enzymes responsible for organizing and forming collagen fibers. This approach is especially important for those over 60, as each meal becomes an opportunity for repair and strengthening. Small, conscious changes to breakfast, lunch, and dinner add up to surprising results over the weeks. If you know someone who suffers from joint pain or feels like they are losing mobility, share this information. This simple gesture can help restore quality of life to someone you love and may be the incentive they need to make a change. But the care doesn't stop there. The next step is to understand how to reprogram your body to work constantly in your favor, making these improvements a permanent part of your life. When you start nourishing your joints with the right foods, removing the villains that destroy collagen and moving your body in a smart way, something powerful happens. Your body begins to reprogram itself. This process is not instantaneous, but it is consistent. With every balanced meal, every walk, every night of restful sleep, your body sends signals to activate repair mechanisms. Collagen fibers, once fragile and irregular, begin to become stronger, more aligned, and more resistant. Inflammation gives way to regeneration, and stiffness gives way to lighter, more fluid mobility. The most inspiring thing is to realize that, over time, the effort no longer feels like a chore but becomes a habit. You start to choose what you eat more carefully, include moments of movement in your day, and pay attention to your body's signals. And when that happens, you feel like you've regained not only your joints, but also control over your own health. It's not a miracle or a magic formula, but rather consistency. Small changes repeated day after day shape a new internal pattern, one that works to preserve your legs, your knees, and your enjoyment of life. And when you least expect it, you'll realize that the walk that used to tire you out is now enjoyable, that the stairs are no longer an obstacle, and that the pain has become a distant memory. Now that you know how to reactivate this natural power, it's time to close the loop with a clear plan to move forward and maintain these gains for the rest of your life. Throughout this journey, we've seen that the health of your legs and joints isn't just a matter of luck or genetics, it's, above all, the result of the choices you make every day. Together, we discovered 8 superfoods that provide the body with the building blocks of collagen, understood which silent villains steal this vital structure, and saw how movement and the intelligent combination of nutrients create the perfect environment for regeneration. If there's one message to take away from all this, it's this: it's never too late to reverse years of wear and tear. Every balanced meal, every step you take, and every healthy habit you adopt are bricks you lay in rebuilding your foundation. And with consistency, that foundation becomes strong enough to support a more active, independent, and pain-free life. Remember that taking care of your joints is not a one-time thing, it's an ongoing investment in your freedom of movement, your ability to enjoy simple, precious moments, and the pleasure of doing what you love without limitations. If this content has helped you see a path to regaining vitality and strength, sign up to continue receiving clear, practical, science-based guidance. Together, we can continue on this journey of healthy aging, where every step is a step toward freedom. Because your legs weren't made to stop, and now you know how to keep them moving for the rest of your life.